Hello everyone, welcome back to Rag Plays Aidyn Chronicles the First Mage. Let's go ahead and see if this innkeeper has anything else to say. I think we needed to have a night in the inn anyway to get it to be the right time to go see Oraza, so we'll do that. No boiled fungus to share meal with you now. How may I help you? A room would be welcome. Would it? Yes, it would. Indeed, I do hear the gentle song of gold that jingles in your pockets. Such pleasant and soul-easing music it be, sounds like 10 gold. Alright. Enough for a peaceful night's lodging, I think. Yeah, definitely. Taking all my shekels, man. Increasing of my mirth are your words, Gwarnian. A room is yours. Cool. So what time of day is it? It's 2 p.m. Sounds good. That will suit our purposes just fine. Let's go see Oraza. Do that, we have to cross the river. It occurs to me that Abrakin was literally right behind Beacon when we were having a conversation about him in the inn before we recruited Beacon. And he was just like not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I totally don't know this guy. God, he's so embarrassing. I'm just here for the food, man. Yeah. So is Oraza walking around out here? Should be. Yep, there she is. Sweet. I'm going to drop a quick save with F5, and let's get a nice picture of the mountains in the background if we can. Well. Ah! A human wayfarer. Welcome you be an Araman. Well, thank you, stranger. I be a humble one of many, but all Mirari will welcome you. Well, that's not exactly true, is it? Because pretty much every Mirari thus far has either been extremely rude, except for the innkeeper, who just wants our shekels, let's be honest. But yeah, alright. Sure be I of that. Well, at least you're sure of it. I'm sure not. The people here are peaceful, aren't they? Peace with one's sisters follows easy upon peace with the world of nature. I suppose so. How be relations at the castle, human boy? A while has passed since the envoys from your kin did visit here. When I see Phelan again, I'll say hello for you. Thank you, Bepup. Who shall I tell the king asked after him? Being just a woman who has always thought kindly of him, nothing more. Well, you're very humble, considering I know that you're like the lead lady in this place. I'm gonna quick save there, and we'll go back to see what she has to say. You know I come from Gwarnia? Ah, forgive you once an old one's presumption. It perhaps be the cut of your clothes, the stranger's scent you bear. Careful we Mirari are to sense these things. What else should we expect in Araman? Roam you may the streets, they most secure will be. Our city be a peaceful ever since the day it first was cut from the warm face of the living rock. You will good food be offered, conversation with my sisters will tell much. Our men be somewhat sullen, yeah, no kidding. Fear them not, they growl but seldom bite. You will see this soon enough. Wish you something else from me. Let's save here. How are things at the court of your king, good Mirari? Ah, the inestimable Tixman, you truly dare approach his throne? That's why I've come to Aram and I need his help. I doubt this, but I think persuaded he may be to meet with you. You see, this king of ours is a nosy little fellow. What a strange way to speak of your own ruler. Go in confidence, the king will see you soon enough. Okay, so we had a journal entry. I'm not going to quite look at that yet. Let's reload. We've already made some friends here. True, Gotsun and Zurine, and Cadme. Who is Cadme? Each one has spoken with you on the road. Cadme. That might be just a leftover from when they switched Uraza? Not Uraza. Gitchina, perhaps. Each one has spoken with you on the road. How do you know that? Mirari ways. You have been poisoned, slow poisoned by goblins. Strong magic you must find before all's lost. Know, human boy, that goblins are the twits of nature. Their spells are like their breath, both stink. The poison will be drawn away. But how? This time will tell. Help you will find in Araman. Okay, so that's an interesting thing that she had to say. We'll probably end up choosing that one, but is there any treasure in Araman? Riches grow not in the trees, boy. Neither scratch in mud with trowels, nor search for gold. Here fruits and herbs are plentiful, deep in the earth. Our greatest prize. Look hard for caves and tunnels. Now I will not distract you further. May your stay in Araman teach you much. Alright, well. So, alright, let's see what the... does she have anything else to say first? Being good to be seeing you again, but I must be going soon. The chill wind is welcome, but asks for more covering. We will not bother you again, ma'am. Alright, so let's see what the journal entry she gave us was. I met a Mirari woman on the streets today. She wants me to have dinner with her when I can. Does she? Really asked us that, but okay. We will surely attend dinner with this fine young woman. Old woman, I suppose. What were we doing? What's the Earth season, the 13th? I suppose that would be June, maybe? Alright, so we're already on this side of the river. We're going to be heading to the Mirari Underdark at this point to see what there is to see in there. Probably could have accessed it from there. I'm going to access it from Shop 1 because that's the way that I know my way around most. I can find that exit easy and find the entrance easily, I should say, and it's a good kind of halfway point between each of the two paths. It's kind of very mazy in there. Well, not really mazy, but just might as well grab that gold while we're here. Yoink. Oh, did I rob you? I'm sorry. How about you take that broadsword off my hand as well? Did we pick up anything else that we shouldn't have? Chainmail, that can go. One of those. Sure. We have all of our spells still that we have to learn. We have an extra longbow. I don't know where the heck we got that from. So one of them. And we have that extra broadsword, so that can go as well. And an extra battle axe. Goodbye. No extra potions, that's all fine and dandy. I would really like to get our thief skill up, so we've got a lot to keep track of. We have to open that chest in Godson and Zurine's house. I'm going to go look around for them and your Gitchina as well before we go to Tixman's, and then maybe after it off camera. So we're in the tunnels, and well, let's go up this way first and see what there is to be seen. Okay, so this is an area of the Mirari Under Bazaar that we can't get to yet. We can't even access the door. It doesn't even say it's locked. That's a much later point in the game that we go in there. So that's not the way. That little nib is the way up, so would it be over here? What's down in here? A nice little snaking tunnel. Anything? This is just a dead end. Nothing in here at all. Interesting. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna go... We're gonna go this way first. Because this is the actual bazaar proper. These two are merchants, and we have much to buy from them. So, we'll start with you, ma'am, and we're going to drop a quick save here. Are you open for business, ma'am? Famous you're becoming, boy. What need you here? Can you train me? Train I must, a friend of the Mirari. Watch what I show you, pup. Someone to be trained, something to be bought. I want to buy something. Let's see what she has. So this is our basic, our resident spell, spell person, I guess you could say. Oh my goodness, sapphire gems are expensive. um, so she has two different types of wands. This is shielding, Starlight Shield, charges 10, and light, which changes the day from night to day if it's needed. It's good for solar aspected characters. It's so expensive though. Darkness is 30,000, or Acid Bolt's 30,000. Darkness is 10,800. Acid Bolt is a necromancy spell. Darkness is the opposite of light, so it'll change from light to dark. Sense Aura is the thing that lets us know basically no alignment in D&D. Spirit Shield is the thing that the thieves were using. Stamina is like tap stamina, except it just gives it to us directly. It's still necromancy. Stupidity is a naming spell. I believe we already have 2 scrolls of that. Yes, we do. And then, of course, the sapphire gem. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to forego this merchant first. And she also has spells to train. Let's see what she has to train. Merchant of 5 and Wizard of 8, so that'd be very good to have more Wizard on Aileron, maybe up to 3. That is quite expensive, though, so we will definitely wait to see what we can do with that. Dispel Elemental. Fireball, very, very good spell. We'll be getting that. Strength. We already have it. I'm not too concerned with it. And versus Elemental. We'll be getting all of these at some point. Whether we train them ourselves or actually take the time to learn them up, it just depends. You, sir. Are you open for business, sir? Help you, may I? Will you please train me? Visitor, here you be. Training is your due. Training to be... someone to be trained or something to be bought? I guess people are way more friendly to us now that we've bought the Diplomat skill, even if it's just 1. I want to buy something. Alright, so... we can actually begin to... and we actually got jacked on that Phantom Cloak earlier. We must have paid too much for it, yeah. So what was I about to do? We were about to go through here, so here we go. Gloves. Jundar Gauntlets are damage +1, we only want 1 pair of those. Plate Gauntlets, infinitely more important, I find, so we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs of those. Belt of Life, here is our, basically the best belt in the game for the duration of the game, and we need 5 of them, basically, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, our money's just tanked from that. This is actually a spell. It has the Cheat Death spell. Now what Cheat Death does, it works like a resurrection, but you have to cast it beforehand on yourself, and it saves the character. I'm not going to be using that, I don't think, unless it's a very, very tight battle where I don't think I can win. I may jump in there, but it's also protection of +1, and I just bought 2 for no reason, because 2 of these characters are lunar aspected, aren't they? Yeah. I bet you Beacon and Godric can't even equip them. And it also resists Necromancy of 50, which is great. Mercenary Belt. We have Chainmail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just reload. So, I don't think Beacon can even learn that, but we're going to get 1 of them and we're going to test it. We need 1 pair of those, 5 of these. We have all of the cloaks already. Chainmail we already have. We already have a mercenary belt. We're going to need more of them, apparently. Leather armor we already have. Yes, yes. Partial plate mail. We do not have partial plate mail. We will buy a set of that. Partial plate mail is protection of 6. I believe dragon leather is just better all around. Yeah. Because it really... where was that? It really drops the stealth down to oblivion, basically. And dexterity isn't nearly as good. So just 1 of those. We have Talawak mail. We have a buckler, I believe. Yes. Hoplite shield, okay. So this is like a better version of the kite shield, but it drops dexterity by a whole lot more, I think. But regardless, I do think we're going to get 3 of them because they're better than. It's not really that much more. Well, yeah, actually it is. It's a lot. That's a huge dexterity malice. Do I care about dexterity as much as I care about protection? I'm gonna be awfully upset if I can't buy kite shields. I can. I think I might. Regardless, we want one of them. Yeah, that's just too much of a dexterity malice for one extra protection. I think we get kite shields for both beacon. We need one extra, but we need one for beacon for sure. That's all this trader really has. Like, again, I would get that. That is better, technically. But, yeah, I think I'm making the right choice here. And, alright, let's test the Belt of Life theory. And, okay, just leave it on beacon, I guess. Belt of Life. Yeah, can't equip it. The aspect prevents us from equipping that, so... He needs a mercenary belt. Aberkin can have a Belt of Life. Godric needs a mercenary belt. And I guess we can put the gauntlets on everybody. Plate gauntlets for you. Plate gauntlets for you. Plate gauntlets for me. And now we have bardic gloves. And plate gauntlets for Aberkin. And, yeah, so... What else did we need? Oh yeah, the kite shield on Beacon, right. So let's put that on him. I already have a kite shield on. Aberkin has the tower shield, and Godric can't use a shield at all. So that is fine. We needed belts. So 2 mercenary belts for each of them, and another belt of... Do I already have a mercenary belt on? Probably. Yeah. So we need 1 mercenary belt and 2 more, yeah, 2 more belts of life. So, you, sir. Two. And 1 more of them. Was that everything? Yes, I think it was. Good. Aileron. You put one of those on. Aberkin, you put one of those on. Godric wears one of those. Beacon wears one of those. So that gives us pretty much all of the armor that we're going to be needing, and we have a large shield to sell, so we'll do that. We're definitely going to need some more money, though. We're running quite low. Large shield. One of them. Do we have anything else? No. Yeah. We'll see what this guy has to trade, and then I would like to train a skill, and then we shall... He has a Merchant of 7, a Stealth of 6, and a Shield of 3, and I think Aileron already has all those skills. Yes, he does. Does not have any... You didn't have any spells, did you? No. Okay. So, we're gonna go, we're gonna explore before we probably go back to Godric and get some more money in our pockets, because we're running quite low. This has been quite expensive. And I'll continue to go down that way first. Am I going the right way? I think I'm going back the way I... Yeah. That's back the way I came. That's the wrong way. You the same merchant? No, you're somebody different. I'm gonna talk to you. Hello, honored Mirari, if you're not too busy. Speak not to we Mirari when treading our ground, you be, human boy. You know who I am? The pale light of our cavern suit you not, squire. You at best heads homeward. Excuse me, honored Mirari. Well, very rude. Through this cave that they obviously don't want us to go to. We're actually almost, well, not almost explored, but mostly explored this area. That's probably up to another cavern, but I'm just going to make sure that there's nobody else up here. Actually see it through the through the ground. At least it's a three-dimensional space. Not many games do that. Even if the wall clipping is kind of bad. Never really bothered me much as a kid. It still doesn't. So that's that part explored. I'll be honest, there's not really much to find in here, but I'm just doing it for the sake of completionism to get it mapped. There is something very important down the other way, though, that we have to go in to find. There's a woman. Let's talk to her. Hello, Honored Murari, if you're not too busy. More well-formed are you boys of Gornia than our own silly, stumpy men. You know who I am? Be you Beacon's lad, human boy? You have his hair about you. Thank you very much. That was nice of you. It's a good compliment to be, well, I don't think I'm Beacon's son. That would be kind of crazy if I was, though. I don't know, maybe he, sowed his wild oats when he was back home, but I wasn't even born back then, so no, that couldn't have been. He left before we were even alive, I think. There's a little room here. No. This is where the feast will be held later on when we run into Oraza again. There must be to all the houses up top. Another one. There's a Murari. Hello. Honored Murari, or if you're not too busy. No time. Later perhaps we discourse, human boy. You know who I am. The other human who lives above these dark halls should have warned you, human. Your kind is unfamiliar here. Excuse me, Honored Murari. Well, excuse me, princess. Okay, so this is the one in particular that we want to go up, and I'm going to just go up this one first. Just to get that cleared, and that one is cleared. There. This is the one that has the important thing at the bottom. Hello, Honored Murari, if you're not too busy. More well-formed are you boys of Gornia than our own silly, stumpy men. You know who I am. Arrived here through the Sacred Circle, young one. Thank you very much. No, we did not arrive through the Sacred Circle, but that is what we were looking for. And I suppose that must have been what that woman was talking about, the place of leaving and the circle of runed stones. She must have been talking about this thing right here. And we want to activate this portal. I'm going to drop a quick save. And we're going to see where we wind up, right? Oh, where are we? We're back in Gornia's castle, and that would save us a whole lot of travel time. But we're not going to go through there yet. So, what I think I'm going to do temporarily, guys, is I'm going to leave you here, and I'm going to go stock up our money again so I can finish buying all of the nonsense in the underground bazaar, and I will be back with you shortly, so I'll see you soon. Alright guys, so as you can see, I potioned my way back up to 436,704 gold. That took forever, like at least an hour of my time. I'm tempted to just use the friggin' money cheat in the emulator, but I haven't done so yet, so I commend myself for merely breaking the game instead of completely cheesing it, I suppose. I accidentally bought a sapphire gem. I would have bought one anyway, probably. But man, look at this. 3750, and to buy one is 37,500. What a ripoff. And we've got a lot of spices. I also took the time to craft 40 curing potions and 40 healing potions. I think that will serve us on the mountain fairly well. And I bought quite a lot of reagents to make potions if we happen to run out. So we should be alright with that. So we're going to go ahead and proceed to buy everything this woman has. We only want one light. We want, pains me to say it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. Good grief, there goes our money. We want 2 acid bolts. Oy. 2 darknesses. Do we have a sense aura already? We do not. We want 2 sense auras. 2 spirit shields. 2 staminas. We have stupidity already. We don't have to buy that, so that takes care of her. And we're going to start learning spells, by the way, and we also have to train, but we do have quite a surplus of money left, and I'm quite happy with that. We're going to want to put a Starlight Shield Wand on everybody to start with. 1 for you, sir. 1 for you, sir. 1 for me. Oh my, I do have the thief thingamadoodle on. I think I will leave that on for the time being. 1 for Abrican, obviously. And we'll just have an extra shielding in case. I do have air shield as well, and I'm going to want to train that up by 1. But for now, I'm going to take this time to actually start learning these spells that I've bought, because each of them, I'm not sure if you can fail to learn like you can in D&D. I really hope that's not the case, because I don't have to rebuy all of these. After that, we're going to go around. We're actually going to take the portal back to Guernia and buy all of the skills that I can find, which is all of them. That's the only town in the game that has all of them available. And just train them by 1 on each of these characters, each one that they can learn. It's a good use of the experience to start with, especially on characters that can't use spells. And it opens our avenue of training later to decide on who we want with what and how much we want to train in it. Wow, our thief skill needs to go up. I don't know how much XP I have, but I'll probably have to get myself into a battle. I do have 33,000 XP left. I could probably train the thief up to 5 with the rope on, and that wouldn't be a bad use of our money. I'd also like to get wizard up by 1 as well. Our sword and shield is good. Like I said, air shield would be really nice. I really want to do all this, but we don't have a whole lot of experience points, so I gotta be careful about what we do here. So, alright. So I'm gonna drop a quick save to start with. And let us learn Acid Bolt to start. You need a higher rank in Wizard to learn this skill. What rank do we need? Minimum skill rank of 4. Well, we'll learn what we can for now. Darkness of 2. It only takes 2, so we'll learn that. Alaron has learned Darkness. That's good. That is a Necromancy spell, as you can see. And we want to learn Debilitation, can we? Yes, we can, so we will learn that. Alaron has learned Debilitation. That is a Elementalist Hex, opposite of Strength. Dispel Naming. Yes, we want to learn that. That is a minimum rank of 2. We'll go ahead and learn that. Alaron has learned Dispel Naming, which gets rid of any naming hexes that we get hit with. Dispel Necro. We only have 1 of these, but I'm going to learn it right now. Minimum rank of 2. Alaron has learned Dispel Necro, and that's the same thing, but for Necromancy. Oriana's Scroll, we don't want to use that, because it just has the Strength spell on it. We already have that, anyway. Remove Poison. Minimum rank of 2. We shall learn that. Alaron has learned the Remove Poison skill, which is an elemental skill, surprisingly. I would have thought that would have been naming, but I guess not. This works as an antidote. Sensora, we'll learn that. You need a higher rank in Wizard. Minimum rank of 3. Alright, we'll save that. A Spirit Shield allows the character of the Necromancy School to learn the Spirit Shield spell. We only have... we can't even learn that yet because it's rank 3, I do believe, yes. Stamina of 2. We can learn that. Let's learn that. Alaron has learned Stamina. That's the opposite of Tap Stamina. that's a necromancy spell. Most of these are just buffs. Stupidity, we'll learn that. Learn how to be stupid. That is a naming hex that drops their intelligence. And wind, we need a minimum rank of 2, we'll learn that. Wind is an elemental skill that, or elemental spell that clears the battlefield of fog, rain, and weather of any type, snow. Makes it sunny, basically, and also does damage to the enemies, so it's a good spell to have. Good utility on it, not the best damage. That's all we can learn for now, but I do think I'm going to train up our rank in Wizard right away so we can get some of these squared away. We can learn Sense Aura and Spirit Shield right away. Acid Bolt we cannot, that's going to have to wait. But yeah, I think that would be a good use of our Wizard, or our XP to start with anyway. 1 into that. 10,000, that's expensive, but it's worth it. Alright, so let's learn the rest of those. So, Sense Aura. Alaron has learned Sense Aura, and that's a naming spell. Tells us about the target and Spirit Shield. Alaron has learned Spirit Shield. That's the opposite, or the necromantic version of Air Shield, so I don't think we'll be learning too much into that. I think we'll go down the Air Shield route since we've already invested so much into it. But it does basically the same thing. We can't learn Acid Bolt yet, no. That is rank 4. How much XP do we have? We have 22,000 left. That's fine. She also had spells for us to learn, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Train a skill. She has Dispel Elemental, and we don't have that yet, so we're going to train 1 into that. 320 XP and 200 gold, and that gets rid of elemental hexes on us. And we will train, this is going to be a very important one, but 1 into Fireball. Your wizard rank is not high enough for this. That requires rank 5. Fireball is such a good spell. I can't wait until we can get that. We have strength already. We do not have Versus Elemental. We will train 1 into Versus Elemental. And that just raises our resistances, basically, against Elemental. It's kind of a buff, a shield against specific types of damage. But we've done all we can here. We can't get Fireball yet, unfortunately, but we will down the road. I could take the time to train up more in Wizard, but I'm not going to. Right now, we need to go ahead and unlock all of the skills in Gornia, so I'm going to drop a quick save here. And we're going to trek back to Gornia, which is that way, I think. Yes. Alright guys, so we're just back in Gornia now. A beautiful evening. Or is it morning? I can't really tell. I think it's evening. Regardless, nice pink sky. That's what I really remember about Gornia most, is just the, I don't know, very seaside feeling to it. The ocean's right there, there's a beach. Waves coming in, sound of the ocean, and lots of trees and greenery. It's just it's a lovely kingdom when you look at it. Nice big castle. So let's grab the shopkeeper and train all we can on Alaron, and see what we can learn. So Alchemist is our first thing that we can. That's a lot of XP to just learn 1 rank into that, but okay. We're not going to be using it on anything else except for Thief. Diplomat we already have, Healer we already have, Lore Master we already have, Mechanic we already have, Merchant we already have. Ranger we don't have. I'm going to neglect to train that because Beacon is already covering us for it, and not to mention I don't want to be stuck with Ranger. I want spawns and camping to be frequent. Stealth we have, Thief we have, Troubadour we have, Warrior we have, Wizard. Good. Hafted Missile. Pole we don't have. Let's go ahead and learn that right now. It doesn't cost much. Sword we have. Throne we don't have. Let's learn that. Shield we have. So we have all of the skills except Ranger right now on Alaron. That is fantastic. Aberkin, can you learn Alchemist? You cannot. XP, he can learn Diplomat, so we will train him 1 in Diplomat. Healer, he can learn Healer, we will train him 1 in Healer. Lore Master, he can learn 1 in Lore Master. Mechanic, he can learn 1 in Mechanic. Merchant, yes. Ranger we don't want, he could learn it, but we're not going to get that. Again, Stealth is fine. Thief he can't learn. Troubadour he can learn, we shall. Warrior he can learn, but he already knows it. Wizard he can't learn. Hafted he can learn, we'll train that. Missile he can't learn. Pole he can learn, we will train that. Sword is good, Throne is good, Shield is good. So Aberkin is equipped with everything except for Ranger. That's good. He's got a little bit of XP left. This may seem like a waste, but I feel like it's good to get out of the way in the beginning. Godric, you have quite a lot of stuff that you could learn. We will learn that. We'll learn this. Lore Master you already know. Mechanic you already know. Merchant you don't know yet. Might as well. Ranger, not going to train that on you. Stealth, we'll train 1 of those on you. Just to get that plus 10 bonus, it's pretty good. Thief, you can learn it, why not? Troubadour, you can learn that. Warrior, you can learn 1 in. Wizard is fine. Hafted, you can't learn. Missile, you can't learn. Pole, you can learn, we'll train that. Sword, you can learn. Throne, you already know. Shield, you can't learn. That is everything for you. And Beacon. Beacon I don't think has very much XP. No, he doesn't have any XP at all, so we can't do anything with him yet. Just to be sure. Yeah. Could learn Pole, but we cannot train that. So we're all good there. We've got what we needed basically in Gornia, so we can get out of here. And I do think that will wrap up this episode, guys. I thank you very much for joining me. Not much happened, a lot of shopping, a lot of talking again, but we are on the cusp of getting out of Araman. Maybe 1 more episode of this, and we will be trekking up that mountain. So, again, I will see you all next time on Rag Plays Aidyn Chronicles, the First Mage. Thank you for joining me.